You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, letting it all hang out for your love life, examining your dating experiences, and answering your hot topic dating questions. Just you and me. No topic is off limits and no filters involved. I am here to help you do dating on your terms. If you have a question that you would like me to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet me over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Howdy, single smart females. This is Jen, your host, coming all the way to you from romantic fairy Godmamaville. And guess what today? You're not going to believe it, but I have a Q&A session for you. In fact, our first question today comes all the way, by the way, it's not just one question. This is several questions, really, really good questions. Questions coming all the way from Miss Carolina Cutie in Asheville, North Carolina, age 47. She writes, Dear Jen, I need help maximizing online dating to find quality men. Also, how long is reasonable to wait to meet offline if you are long distance? I'm having a hard time meeting anyone that I like locally, and I don't know which dating sites are considered the best ones. Most of the men that message me, I'm not attracted to at all. I don't have any issue with having a entourage, but I'm also not exactly sure how do you handle it when a guy asks you if you are dating other people? Do you say yes or say no? Do you have text versions of the podcast when you can't listen? And when we asked her how long she's been single for about 3 years now, was in a dysfunctional relationship on and off for too long. She's dated a little bit within the 3 to 4 years, but no long-term committed relationships. And she usually meets the men she dates online. So this is all really good stuff, great questions. And I'm just going to go bam, 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 all the way through them with Miss Carolina Cutie. By the way, ladies, pay attention. A lot of this is going to be very helpful for your dating experiences. Okay, number 1, to maximize online dating in order to find quality men. All of that starts with your profile and pic. Most women, a good 85% of women, put up what I call a whatever profile and then expect to stand out from all the thousands of other women in her area so that her knight in shining armor will just come and see her. Ladies, this shit doesn't work anymore, okay? If you want quality responses, it starts with a quality profile. It is time to put together something that is a genuine reflection of how much fun it is to spend time with you. And you can't do that with a whatever profile. Plus, a whatever profile is almost always the best recipe for attracting either crickets, where nobody contacts you, or attracting crazies. Because it's really, really easy for these men to envision spending time with you because it doesn't look like you have anything going on, so you might just pay attention to them. When you have a high quality profile and pics, those men start to think, no, she'd never pay attention to me. So they start to fall away. Okay? That's really important. And then the quality men that you would like to spend time with, the ones that you will be attracted to, the ones that have something going on upstairs to turn you on in all the right ways, intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, all those different connections, they're not paying attention to you if you have a whatever profile. If you have a great profile, on the other hand, they're thinking, oh, wow, this sounds like a woman I would really enjoy spending time with, okay? So give them something that captures that, and you'll start this experience in a completely different way. But just remember, it all starts there to maximize, find quality men. If you need help with this is something I specialize in, you can go to the website, helpmeonlinedate.com, and I will give you the first 2 chapters on how to do exactly this, of video chapters, by the way, of how to put together profile and pics for free from my program, Irresistibility. So you get those first 2 chapters for free if you go to helpmeonlinedate.com. Okay, moving right along into question number 2. We're working on efficiency today, ladies. How long is reasonable to wait to meet offline if you are long distance? And I'm going to tell you there is no set time. I have had clients I've worked with who have waited several months and are married today. So that really depends on you. I will give you a couple guidelines though. And I've mentioned this in other shows. When you wait for eons and eons and eons, and then all of a sudden you decide to meet and that guy doesn't show up, that's a telltale sign of catfishing. And I would walk away from that very quickly. So I don't mind taking time. I actually enjoy let a man, step up for you and prove to you how creative and funny he is online and really warrant spending some time with you offline. So you can do that, and you can also build a lot of chemistry online. So if you show up, then he looks maybe a little bit different than your photos, or maybe he looks even better. You've already built some chemistry and connection, which is way more important than anything else online first. And he's proven to you that, he's genuinely invested in getting to know you. And he's just not checking you off, going through the checklist of, okay, let me meet this girl, and trying to run through as many girls as he can, as fast as he can. He's invested time with you, which that is a really important component with helping men fall for you over time, is they need to be able to invest in you as well. And a lot of women don't ever give them that opportunity because of so many different things. So there's not a set time. Again, I've had clients who've waited, 3 months. I typically don't suggest, if it's long distance, going and meeting right away, just because it's a lot more work, and I have no problem with it. In fact, I tell women to set some of their parameters in the online dating because I like meeting long distance guys, and it's okay for a man to come to you. Now, I'm going to give you a couple other things here, and this is really, really important to note, and this is a lot of great information that you ladies are receiving today. If you decide, let's say you have somebody who is going to end up flying to you, or you're going to meet halfway, things like that, just because they're coming to see you doesn't obligate you, for them to stay with you. And in fact, I do not want you to let them stay with you. And if you're concerned about how to address that, these are all things that I help women with in my program, The Courage Kit, which, by the way, that program I just mentioned before to help you with online dating comes as a free bonus when you take the Courage Kit with me and work with me. And I will help you talk to men in a way that they are very, very receptive to, and also in a way that you'll know if they're kind of, off and you shouldn't be meeting them in the first place. So it's twofold. It's very important that you honor who you are and not feel guilty. Oh, he's coming all this way to see me, and take care of yourself first. And we can also talk about, if they come over and want to spend a ton of time with you, but you're not a person who can handle meeting somebody for that extended period of time yet, how to navigate all of those different situations. Next, you mentioned, Miss Carolina Cutie, that you're not attracted to a lot of the men that are contacting you. Again, that comes first, starting with reworking your profile and pics. But the second piece of that is learning about chemistry and making dating really fun for you. So about the chemistry, I'm just going to guide you to go listen, if you haven't listened to it already, to show 68. Super important information here about chemistry, something that you need to know as an adored woman. Extremely important. Okay, now moving on along here. She writes again, I don't have any issue with having a mantourage, but I'm not exactly sure how do you handle it when a guy asks you if you are dating other people. 2 things. If he asks you if you're dating other people, first thing you can ask him, why do you ask? But say it in a playful way, not in a interrogation way, like he's just offended the hell out of you. Say it in a fun, playful way. And then you can go from there and let him explain And now, instead of elaborating more at this, I'm actually going to point you to another episode where we went much more deeply into this. It is show 24, What Do I Say When He Asks About Other Men? Go listen to that episode as well. And that will help you unwind things and help you determine whether or not you actually want to continue seeing this guy based on some of his responses. So that's super, super important information that I want you to know and would like you to go more in depth to. Next question. Do you have text versions of the podcast when you can't listen? No, I don't. I used to do transcripts of all of the audio that I do. And what I realized when I do transcripts is how I speak, it doesn't translate on paper very well. So instead of investing all that time in getting these transcripts together for you, which don't make sense and then require hours upon hours of editing, I've found I'd rather connect with you here. And I want you ladies to understand and feel what it's like to work with me. It's a very different experience, and you're not going to get that necessarily by just reading, and you certainly won't get it by reading my transcripts because I talk in circles. You ladies know this, but you can follow because you can hear me. Reading wise, you'd all be complaining about how I sound like. I know everybody was complaining about 50 Shades of Grey and the writing in that. It would be way worse. Now, another part of this that I would like you to know is if you want to know what courses you can take with me that would be best for you, at times I do free 15-minute consults. I don't do them all the time, so you can reach out and ask me if I'm doing them at info@havehimyourway.com. You can put in the subject free consult, and then I'll let you know if I'm doing them. If I am, I'll send you my schedule so you can pick a time that works best for you, and we can discuss what's going on in your life and whether or not working with me would be a good option. I have self-study courses that you can take. I have a group course that's phenomenal, the Courage Kit that I already mentioned, that you can take, and you can ask me if it's a good fit for you. Also, if you are interested in working privately, we can talk about that as well. Okay, Miss Carolina Cutie, I believe I got to all of your questions, which are very important questions. I'm excited that you are doing online dating. I firmly believe it is the best option for women stepping into my world of becoming an adored woman. And it has so many different pieces of it that help for attracting the love of your life. By the way, I believe in online dating like nobody else. And I was having an amazing time online dating when I actually met my husband offline. I was having such a great time that it was just easy to attract men socially when I went out as well. So I'm really proud of you for online dating, to stepping into that piece. But I do want you to promise me that you're going to do it well, because it's too frustrating to do if you're not going to do it well. And give men something to jump off of so that they can start learning how to adore you on your terms. This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, expert help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real-life crazies? It's not you, it's your online dating profile. Let me help you do online dating that leads to real-life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and I will send you the first 2 video chapters of my program for free. Welcome back, Single Smart Female. It's segment 2 time, and we have another Single Smart Female listener question coming from Miss Confounded AF, which I think the cool kids say as fuck. So Miss Confounded as fuck, who is age 43, all the way in Portland, Oregon. She writes, Dear Jen, my friend highly recommended you. Ooh, I like your friend. Thank you. And this guy I am asking about is a total podcast junkie. This is the first podcast I've ever listened to. Thank you for that, by the way. I'm really honored. I casually told him I was listening to a podcast, and he asked, what is it about? I told him it's for smart women, and he said, "Oh, Jen Burton." I was mortified. I think he listened to your whole podcast. Well, apparently he has really good taste. And I'm very, very flattered. That makes me feel awesome, but I can understand why you feel mortified. I totally get it. Okay, so Miss Confounded as Fuck continues to write, when is it time to hang up the towel? I'm recently separated and I've known this single dad for about a year now. For the longest time, I didn't think much of him because he's introverted. But I met his spunky daughter and he came out of his shell. We started private messaging on a community text app and then exchanged numbers, and we started texting a lot. Then we started talking on the phone for hours at a time. Soon it became talking and or seeing each other every day. We are both full-on single parents and our kids fight like siblings. Soon I started falling in love with him. I told him how I felt and he said he is incapable of being in a relationship again. He has legitimate reasons, super legitimate. Here's where it gets bizarre. We have never been physical, not even remotely, but I see what we have as an emotional relationship. I asked for space and time to heal, and he called me that night. He said he needed space, but reaches out to me a lot. Our friendship is challenging and at times arduous, and I brought it up to him, and he says he still wants to stay friends. I tried to ghost him for 3 weeks to focus on me, but his daughter calls me, and she means the world to me. This is complex as fuck because I love the entire package. He doesn't show any interest in being physical with me, but values my friendship a lot. He also gives me the look every now and then. And when he does touch me randomly, like when he takes my phone, it's prolonged and very gentle. When we're together, it's like we are family. Ugh, help me, fairy godmama. Okay, so anything else? I always ask this question when you submit one of your listener questions. Anything else you want us to know about your love life? And Miss Confounded as Fuck says that she's been married for 9 years and her husband just moved to another state in August. I've known the guy I'm interested in 4 years. We are both single parents without any help. So she's only been single for a few months now. Okay, let's dive into this because there's a lot of different moving pieces going on here, and I want to break it down and put it together in a way that will bring you into my world of being an adored woman. So the first thing I want to make clear is, yes, this is an emotional relationship right now and nothing more. And yes, this man is really into you. And if he is listening to me right now, you know how into her you are. So there, I put that out there. By the way, I'm still excited that you listen. So with that said, let's go and break down other pieces of this. You asked, when is it time to hang up the towel? Now, contrary to almost everybody else in the dating realm, I don't think you have to hang up the towel on a guy unless it's something really, really serious, like he is physically, emotionally, verbally abusive. Or the other is if you can't put yourself together as an adored woman and continue dating other people when he doesn't have a relationship. If it just fucks with you too much, that's when you hang up the towel. But if you can include him in your entourage where the relationship is right now, then I say he sounds like he could be a lot of fun. And I like some of the things going on here. And like I said, I am 100% convinced based on what you told me, this man is super into you, regardless if he ever wants to get in a relationship or not again. On that same page, you, as an adored woman, have to acknowledge him where he's at. It doesn't mean you have to fix it for him. It doesn't mean you have to do anything else for him. But you have to respect the fact that he said right now he doesn't want to ever be in a relationship again. I'm 100% convinced on this as well. One day, you, Mr. Man out there in Portland, Oregon, are going to change your mind. But I respect where you're at. And you, Miss Confounded as Fuck, should do the same. So with that said, that means it's time to build your entourage. Now, okay, so there's some big pieces that we have to talk about now. You said that recently you were separated. Your hopefully soon to be ex-husband, that's something that should be a priority. Go ahead and start making that divorce a priority. He's just moved to another state, and that should be a huge priority. But you're also a very hands-on parent who, I imagine, if you have no help, making time for dating becomes a little bit more challenging. But have no fear. Jen's here. So with that said, I want you to focus right now on expanding your network and letting people help you with your children. That is super important. In fact, this gentleman sounds like a potential candidate for that right now, since he's not in the relationship space at this point. You need to do that. We can raise children on our own. We are perfectly capable of it, but it usually comes at a gigantic sacrifice when we don't let help in, and that comes in our love life. And you, my love, deserve to feel like the adored woman that you are. You, my love, deserve to have love, to have a soft place to land every single night. You can put a lot of effort into your kiddo. I want you to, okay? But not at the complete sacrifice of having love in our lives. Love makes things really special. Not only that, you teach your child that they're capable of loving by showing that. And you cannot do that if you exclusively focus your attention on this gentleman right now who, again, we're respecting where he's at, who has told you he's not ready for a relationship, even though he has a secret crush on you. Okay? Really important. You've got to turn your attention to the other talent that may be available, which a lot of times when it's not happening with one guy, even though he might be perfect in every way to you, it's because there are lots of other options out there that are waiting for the opportunity to experience life and love with you. And you shut those down by exclusively focusing on him. So we're going to stop doing that. As a single mama, the easiest way to do that is with online dating. We were just talking about online dating specifically in segment 1. I'm bringing it back right here, right now. You need to take some time, focus on A, your divorce, B, corralling some help with your kiddo, whatever that looks like for you. You can't do this on your own. You shouldn't do this on your own. Plus, it's not great for your kid anyways. So definitely do that. The next piece of it is focusing on putting together an incredible online dating profile. Now, I mentioned in segment 1, you can go to helpmeonlinedate.com. In your case, and with my single mamas, I prefer to be able to help you. My program at helpmeonlinedate.com, it's a self-study program. You're more than welcome to do it. I have an option too that you can purchase a video critique from me so that I can make sure that you're getting it right in the profile and not putting a whatever profile out there, actually doing something with your profile that is going to be reflective of how amazing you are in a good way, in the right way. But you can do the video critique so that we can make sure that there's nothing in there that's potentially attracting the wrong kind of attention. And I help you in that critique with your profile pics. But what I actually prefer to do is come on over to thecouragekit.com where I can actually work with you. This is super important, and give you the community support, the right kind of community support of women who are in that dating realm, so that you can address all the insecurities that you go through with this, so that you can interact with men in a way that's empowering to you and that is going to help you draw in the love that you want, because you're already amazing. We're just going to tweak the interactions, and I'm going to give you the support you need to make all of that happen. I want to be there for you and make sure your hiccups aren't gigantic fall on your face hiccups, and that you actually make dating enjoyable. Because the more you are enjoying your love life, the more you are attractive to all men out there, all good men out there. And that could definitely be Mr. Man in Portland, Oregon. Mr. Man who still doesn't want to admit how in love with you he is. But again, key here, can't focus on him, okay? He is a great friend right now, a totally great friend. Right now, it's time to focus on you, and it is okay to admit that it's time to focus on you. So I want you to start making that shift. A 90-degree shift for some women. Well, it might be 10 degrees. It might be 90 degrees. For some women, it might be 180 degrees. And I want you to start to step into this world of possibilities and love. And I want you to be very protective of the potential and possibilities, not holding on to the 9 years of it not work and whatever didn't work out with your husband. Not being just protective of, I have to be there at all times for my child. Remember, your children need this for you as well. Now, I know you are connecting. I don't think that you need to eliminate this man. Again, like I said before, but I also don't think that you need to, disconnect from his spunky daughter. She sounds like she loves, being around you. There's no reason to disconnect that. As long as you can see that your relationship with this man isn't based on the relationship you have with her. It's completely separate. I'm not saying that you don't do that already, but I want to make that very clear. Another little side note here. Sometimes we get hooked up on certain men because we think that they're perfectly compatible. And so we see like all of their life experiences because they've been through the same thing as you and because they're in this position, because they have this child or they do this and this, that makes them a perfect match, and it doesn't. It legitimately doesn't. It can be, but it doesn't make it. So be very careful about, and this is for all ladies, about looking at a guy and saying, we're just so compatible. Because that's not what love is based on. Love is not based on compatibility. Love is about the experience that you create together. And you don't have to be perfectly, quote unquote, compatible to create that amazing experience. If you would have known my husband and myself right now and the experiences that we've created, if you would have broken it down, we were what would probably be determined as very incompatible at the start. But because we started loving each other, we found ways to influence each other and to grow together. And the transformation has been truly phenomenal for both of us. So don't cling to the idea, because that's how we play safe as women. We see a guy, we like him, and we cling to the idea that they're perfect because they check all these boxes for you. Okay? Start to let go of some of those boxes. Those boxes is your play safe mode. That's your, I'm just going to settle for whatever comes around mode. You deserve much better than that, and I can help you have that. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show. Online dating is my favorite tool to build your mantourage. A creative and well put together profile and pic can lead to love experiences you've only dreamed of. This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, expert help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real life crazies? It's not you, it's your online dating profile. Let me help you do online dating that leads to real life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and I will send you the first 2 video chapters of my program for free. Hey lover girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about mantourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.